Good morning. My name is Daniela Silva, and my research question is, how are the limitations of student rights an illustration of the First Amendment in public schools? My claim is that the restrictions exist on religious acts in public schools in order to provide a safe learning environment for students and faculty. My conclusion to my claim is that the limitations of the First Amendment must be kept and accepted by the students to have a safe and equal learning environment. This picture comes directly from the Orange County Public Schools Code of Conduct that states that the student has the right to their own religious beliefs and to have them respected, along with the responsibility to respect other people's religious beliefs and refrain from activities that hold bias towards other religious beliefs. In my first court case, the Good News Club versus Milford Central School. The Good News Club is a Christian club, and within their meetings they read and discussed Bible verses, sang songs, and prayed. They wanted to hold their after-school meetings at the Milford Central School, but they were denied the right to hold their meetings there because the activities were equivalent to religious worship. They then sued, and the case was brought up to the U.S. Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruled that excluding the club because it had to do with the religion was unconstitutional, not only because the club was open to any student, but also because there was parental consent needed in order to attend these meetings. In my second court case, Kima v. Thompson, the Kima family believed in the Sikh religion. In this religion, you have to carry kirpans on you at all times. Kirpans are dagger-like blades, but to them it's a ceremonial knife. Ms. Kima's children were threatened to be suspended if they brought a kirpan onto school property. They felt as if their religion was being too compromised, so they sued. And the court concluded that the students were allowed to attend school with their kirpans as long as they were non-functional and in a sealed case, which led to the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, which this act ensures the protection of the freedom of religion. In this picture right here, it's a normal kirpan that they carry on them at all times, and this one's a sealed one that can be brought into schools. This also goes into my counter-argument because a student still has a blade in their possession, and it can make the students around them feel uncomfortable because they know that the person sitting next to them or that is around them has a weapon in their possession and can make them feel unsafe. And this all relates to time, place, and manner. Time, place, and manner, it talks about the time in which you can say or do things, along with the place and manner that it's done or said. Place is separated into 3 different forums: the traditional public forum, limited public forum, and the non-public forum. And public schools fall into the non-public forum, which means that the government is allowed to place restrictions on particular viewpoints. And this goes into the OCPS Code of Conduct because they are restricting the way that a student can talk about another person's religion. And it also goes with the Good News Club and the kirpans because they pertain to religions, which can also be seen as a viewpoint, and they're being restricted as well in schools. A possible solution is that the limitations on religion in the First Amendment in public schools have to be equal for all religions to provide a safe and equal school environment. This means that if a person that believes in the Sikh religion cannot bring their kirpan onto school property, then a Christian person cannot come into school wearing a necklace with a cross on it. Also, for the Good News Club, if a club cannot speak about religious beliefs, then they cannot have any clubs in general at the school. But this is a weaker solution, and my stronger solution, as I stated prior to, is to keep and accept the limitations that are on religion in public schools. If these limitations are not kept or accepted, then a student can feel as if their religion is being oppressed, questioned, and too restricted, which can make them feel uncomfortable in a learning environment, which they need to be comfortable in order to learn properly and be successful. Thank you. What are your questions?
Two questions for you. First one, what information did you need that you weren't able to find?
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. What information did you need that you weren't able to find?
Information that I needed and that I couldn't find was more locally, a court case that was more towards Orlando or in Florida. Also a more recent one that can happen in the past 5 years that related to the freedom of religion. The majority of the ones that I found, such as the Good News Club, was in the 1990s, and the Kima v. Thompson one was in 2001. So those were a longer time ago rather than I wanted more closer times.
Okay. And what advice would you have for other researchers dealing with this topic?
I would give the advice to, while you're doing research, to keep an open mind and look at all the possibilities. When I went to go do my research, I was thinking about more of the speech route, but then I opened up my mind and started thinking about religion and how religion is restricted in public schools.
All right, thank you.